This isn't just another design trends video. No, this video shows you what potential trends exist in the year of 2023, but also importantly, how to use these trends in your graphic design workflows as a designer. For example, a fast-growing trend in the design world right now is retrofuturism. But does that mean you should start using it on your projects? Maybe, but here's what you need to know. Retrofuturism is exactly what it sounds like. It's a mix of retro design with a modern twist. Think of social media design using a 70s color palette with futuristic typography. Maybe a package design that uses retro typography but with a modern color scheme and other modern elements as well. Designers are applying new design assets combined with their nostalgic roots, if that's from the 90s, the 80s, or even beyond. But how and when do we use it? Of course, the brief is always king in every single instance. But things to consider with this trend are that it's a good way to evoke a sense of nostalgia or explore the potential consequences of current trends and technologies. So, for example, you might be making a poster design based around the current situation of artificial intelligence invading the design world. Retrofuturism might be a very good style choice for this project. Also, retrofuturism is often used in popular media, TV shows, movies, and all that kind of good stuff. This makes it a great choice for social media posts and designs that are relevant right now. The next trend is something I spoke about last year, and it's something that's going to keep growing every single year in my personal opinion, and that is motion or motion graphics. These days, we have easy access to many different design programs, and some of them can quickly and simply make motion graphics. Static advertising and imagery is becoming a thing of the past, or shall I say just a secondary choice. But when or how can we use motion to our best advantage as a designer? One of the biggest and most important advantages of using motion is that it captures attention really well. In a fast-paced world, having motion graphics on social media posts has been proven to be the best converting kind of social media post that you can make. Motion is just a great way to show a sense of change and evolution over time. So instead of having an infographic with maybe 3 or 4 images showing a change, you can simply have one basic motion graphic that shows the entire change. And this then creates more room for your design to breathe. Motion also adds intrigue to the viewer and it just keeps them engaged for a longer period of time. This would be great to use in your design portfolios as an example, simply to keep the viewer engaged in your work and your business. The design world has become absolutely saturated with serif fonts at the moment. Sans serif too, but it's a different story. Now, people have actually been having lots of fun with them in new, weird, and wonderful ways. That brings us to the new trend of flared serifs or experimental typography. The younger generations are really pushing the boundaries when it comes to using serif fonts in weird and wonderful ways, and here are some great ways that you can use them on your projects. So flared serifs and experimental typography can add a sense of whimsical fun to a design, making it more playful and more lighthearted. This would be great for projects that want to generate a sense of personality and community to the viewer. However, the flip side can be relevant and true as well. Experimental type can also be used to create a sense of sophistication and luxury, especially when paired with more traditional design elements such as gold, silver, foil, or just a rich, deep color palette. A lot of skincare products, health products, and stuff like vegan brands have been implementing this strategy into their products. This next trend has some people bemused, but also other people excited. Utilitarian design is a trend that is more of a movement, to be honest. As the world moves into a digital realm, the need for simplicity has just simply grown and grown. This design trend often involves the use of simple, straightforward layouts, clear, clean typography, and concise messaging. It's kind of like a no-nonsense sort of style, similar and akin to brutalism. It's a good choice when the primary purpose of a design is to convey information or facilitate a task. So things like design interfaces for apps, instructional-based content, technical documents, packaging products, or web page layouts. It doesn't need to be boring, because a good designer can make something like this still seem visually appealing and interesting whilst remaining basic. But hey, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because this might be the most important trend of them all. The way design is being created and crafted is really changing, and at a very high rate, I must add. There are some new trends within the design tools that are actually being used. For instance, there are now so many different tools to use that are free, such as Canva, to name one. This has opened up the playing field to many beginner and non-designers, bringing an influx of people into our space. Also, tools like Cavalry and Figma are easy to access and easy to use, but these days they have very powerful interiors, allowing anybody to create strong design. But further still, it's the obvious influx of artificial intelligence making its way into the graphic design world. Recently, somebody created an entire children's book in one weekend and published it, and they used Midjourney for the illustrations and ChatGPT for the script. Granted, each illustration of the girl and the robot kind of look a bit different, but this is just the start of this whole entire situation. But here's my hot take on this. Instead of being angry and, kind of mad at artificial intelligence, instead embrace it and see what it can do for you and your workflow. Because the thing is, no matter what you try to do and what I try to do, it's not going to change the course of our future in terms of artificial intelligence. At this point, the cat is just out of the bag and it's too late to backpedal. So rather than go against it, see how you can use it to your advantage. You can implement ChatGPT to quickly create placeholder text for mockups and designs. And you can use Midjourney to create backgrounds or other time-consuming aspects of your designs. As a designer, one of the most precious assets you have is time. And these tools are just the next step above, say, Adobe Photoshop detecting a background and then removing it. It's the next progression in the artificial intelligence movement. So today's video is sponsored by Milanote. Now, I've been a firm advocate of Milanote for 3 years. And if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you will know that Milanote is a bit different to traditional software. Now, it's more like working on the wall, so to speak, in a creative studio. It allows you to map out your projects, collect all of your ideas and inspiration in one convenient place. And it also allows you to collaborate with your colleagues or your clients in real time. So I've been using Milanote for the past 3 years to keep my creative projects organized. And this awesome tool is available for free with no time limit. So if you haven't done already, sign up for free using the link in the description box below and start to streamline your graphic design workflow today. So these are the design trends for 2023, and importantly, how you should be using them. And I've added no mainstream BS, just raw information on how to use them in your design workflows. But if you want to learn something else about this wonderful world of graphic design, just click that video on screen. And until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.